Okay. Okay. Becky's the only person that is responsible for Aldo being incarcerated right now.
Yeah, and
It has
she's the
nothing to do with.
only
It
one
has
who didn't
nothing to do
come
with
to
Pandora.
me
It
and
has nothing to
say
do with.
anything. Yeah. She's the
Becky
only
is
one that
the
I know
only
for sure is
one who
involved and didn't.
has.
Yeah.
She's the only one with brains right now. She's the only one with brains. She has been
Yeah.
quiet about this whole thing. She has said nothing. She's continuing to say nothing. And
Mm-hmm.
everything that I know is based on what I've seen the courts submitted to the courts
Yeah.
in Georgia.
Yeah.
I
I
know
don't
where his
even
devices are.
like
I don't know who
NCP, like all these families. I don't pay attention to any of that. Like, and I only pay half attention to my own friends. So honestly, like, I don't know. I didn't even know why her and Pandora. Yeah, I don't even know why they were fighting. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know anything. Like, I don't know anything about any of that.
Right. I don't know why they're fighting either, but it's getting. I'm embarrassed for everybody who's so far making statements on this because they're wrong. Lady J, this has not been an investigation that's been can go on for years. The investigation's over. He's in jail, right? He's in jail right now. He has not even been indicted. Okay, he's not been formally charged with all of the charges that he is going to receive. He will be indicted on June 2nd. Okay, probably an hour before he goes in front of the judge for his true bond hearing. He has not even been given a bond. The $5,000 that he's listed as his bond in Gilmer County Jail is not a true bond. He could not bond out. He's technically under no bond. They had to put a number there. They put it at
I'm
$5,000.
familiar with how that works. They did that with my ex. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So, and the bond is set basically because of the charges that he has been charged with at that time, which is
Right.
2 felony count stalking, 1 felony count, which has now been reduced to a misdemeanor count of harassing phone calls or something. Right. 2 felonies and 1 harassing. Even with all that, that would not have been enough to extradite him from Kansas to Georgia.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just what they picked him up on, because they had probable cause to believe that on his devices was evidence of much more crimes.
Okay. See, that makes sense to me too, though. That
to
tracks
support Becky's case.
because of the crimes. It makes sense. I mean, of course, they'd want to scan your devices. They do when it's internet crimes. Like, so that tracks. Like, and that's why I didn't understand why this morning, all of a sudden, everybody's like saying, you know, that I don't know. They're acting like there's new information, and as far as I knew, it was just the cyber.
There's no new information. It is literally Pandora got in my box today, or got in my DMs today, to tell me that they have evidence of that Aldo's under investigation for the essay of a minor.
Okay.
That's what she right. That he's under investigation. First of all, if that is in fact true, that is the most irresponsible and heinous thing to do would be to message somebody who has nothing to do with this investigation. If he were actually under investigation for that, why tell me? Why give me a heads up? Why give anybody a heads up? He is currently incarcerated. He can't hurt anybody right now. There would be
that was
need.
my vibe. I mean, like, and the thing is, too, when I was told, like, about that part, I was told that the child was no longer there. So, also that, too, at that point, okay, the child's safe, okay, assuming that this is true, which clearly it isn't, but the child's safe. They're clearly working on an investigation. So, like, why should any of us be speaking on it?
But has anybody seen evidence that he no longer has custody of his daughter?
I haven't, except for the fact that he stopped doing the mornings with her, whatever. But, like, other than that, no, I haven't. No,
right,
right. No. You can't.
And it would be logical. It would be logical if somebody continued to call CPS on me. In my mind, it would be logical to say, "I don't have custody of her anymore."
True, but he never even. I
put her back on camera.
Him say that though. Like, I never saw him even acknowledge that she wasn't there. honestly, I'm trying to remember, but when I got out of the ICU, my brain was like so cloudy, just swimming. I'm trying to remember because those are around the same time. I think he might have even still been acting like she was, which confused me because,
Right, but he would probably privately tell people
right,
that,
yeah.
and that would get people no longer calling CPS on him, right?
I mean,
That
it's
would
smart.
right. That is smart. That is smart. I'm not saying that he's not guilty of any other crimes.
Well, yeah,
I'm
but
fairly certain that
you can't say he is either if you don't know it. So,
but I'm telling you that he is not in a Georgia county court because of Pandora or Eric or anybody. Pandora's telling me that he was forced to submit DNA. No, he wasn't.
yeah, that's
He
what
was
she said
not.
to
So
me too. Yeah, she did say that to me too. So it's not
that's a
just me.
lie. That's a lie. That's a
Yeah,
lie.
because that's what I was waiting for,
Aldo
honestly.
was Aldo has been in prison before. All prisoners have been required to submit DNA since the 1980s.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Aldo would have
I
been
don't even
4 years
remember
old
that.
in the 1980s. Aldo would have been 4 years old, right?
Yeah.
So when he went into the prison system, whether it's state or federal, he was required to give DNA. He has not any in any recent time been forced to provide DNA unless he was proving that he was the father of a child.
Right.
The government already has his DNA. So when Pandora's telling me that, first of all, why? Why tell
Right.
me? Why tell me? And then to say that he's in under investigation, the states are working together. No, they're not. The states are not working together. That's not how it works.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. That's what she told me too.
She's lying. She's lying because she doesn't know either. She's somebody's telling her this, and she's not smart enough to. She's believing it and then repeating it as if it's fact.
That's why I
States
wouldn't
do
repeat
not
it as
work
fact.
together, right?
Yeah.
Gilmer County is not going to work with Kansas, and they're not going to work with North Carolina county court systems or even state court systems.
Yeah.
They don't work together. The only time that any states are going to work together would be at the federal level. At the federal level. Now, let me tell you, if he was under investigation,
she didn't say, and I kind of thought that. But she didn't specify like what level of it was. And when she said the states thing, I was
it's
thinking,
just a no.
oh God, like like how deep is this? Honestly, I just listened mostly, and I was just like, okay. It
It's
creeped
not that
me out.
deep,
It
bro.
made me sick. Like Phoenix is down there. She can tell you, I was so sick over this. I was really, really
And I'm not
disturbed over
saying they're not going to find evidence of other things
it.
by
Right.
going through all of his devices, which are currently again at the Georgia Bureau of Investigation in the
Yeah.
forensic laboratory right now, and everything's being extracted from them. And any devices that he might have had that was not seized during the warrant execution, they'll know about it, right? They'll know. You can look on my phone, any investigation, forensic analysis of my phone would
Yeah.
automatically lead them to every device that I've ever accessed,
Right.
right? So if he threw a phone at the bottom of a lake, they're going to know there's a missing phone.
Right.
What's on that phone?
Because
Right?
it pings and stuff too, and you have like everything's in your cloud. I think I don't know like how all this.
Well, I don't know if it. I don't know if it would still ping if it's at the bottom of a lake, but they can certainly see.
I mean, like, but
like
before it
provide
got
this
there.
phone, right? This phone stopped working at this date. Provide that phone. Where's that phone? Or we're going to go looking for it, right? And if he says,
exactly,
"I don't have it," right? They're going to go looking for it.
exactly,
But they can figure it out. So with
Yeah.
the whole hard drive phone at the bottom of the lake, everybody needs to stop that. That's probably a lie that just Aldo made up because he said some bogus, dumb stuff. Aldo's not smart enough to get on the dark web. Not saying that that's not true, but I'm telling you that it's highly unlikely that Aldo accessed the dark web.
yeah,
Accidentally downloaded child essay.
yeah.
material.
So before,
Right.
before when all this happened, I asked a friend, who works in cybersecurity in his field, and he said that it's like impossible. You can't just accidentally go on there, and you can't just accidentally download something like that. Like that's not a real story. But I didn't
Albert
know.
couldn't even figure out the order of my legal last names through marriage. He is
Same.
not accessing the dark web.
Same. He
Okay?
couldn't.
He's
Yeah, he
not.
couldn't figure out that I had a hyphenated last name. He couldn't figure out which went where. Like any of the things. He's not. No, I know. None of them are legally smart. That's the thing. That's why they weaponize other people. That's why they do the stupid things they do. They think they're invincible. It's crazy.
Is it okay if I bring Tracy up, prison wife? She won't be mean to you.
Yeah, it's fine. I really don't not like her. I know she doesn't like me, so I just avoid her. But yeah, no, I don't care.
Tracy, I had to talk Amanda into coming in. I told her that nobody would be mean to her. So Tracy's obviously frustrated with the dumbassery that's happening on this app with this case too.
Yeah, I think everyone is, honestly. Yeah.
But we need to. He is only in jail right now because of Becky. It has nothing to do with anybody else. This is not. Lady J is like, Amanda was right. No, Amanda was not right. Amanda was not right. You were not
Yeah.
right. And I'm not saying that you were lying, but I'm telling you that you are not right. Now,
Yeah.
you could have just thrown a dart and hit something, and maybe something comes of the investigation that's going on at the front in the forensic lab, right? Maybe he's doing some really terrible stuff, and he'll be charged for that, right?
Well, like
He'll be
I
charged for
said,
that.
I can only speak on what I was told and say that's what I was told. I did not hear that from that man. I told you the story he told me. And that was not
Right.
the story he told me. And I can't even back that up because I've never looked him up. I don't care. Like I didn't look it up.
No,
like,
but you're getting your information from Igloo.
Well, not just that. I mean, it was Pandora. Like she said that she had talked to people. Like and they had DNA. So like I didn't
She told me, right? She told me that, that she knows because an investigator told her that he's
Yeah, that's
being
what she told me
investigated.
too.
Well, that's an investigator's job. If you go to the police and report a crime, right? You say, "Oh, a crime was committed." It's an alleged crime, right? It's still an
Right.
alleged crime, and then an investigator investigates. That's what happens.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I don't know. It's
I
just crazy. That's
I'm very frustrated with Pandora right now because everything that she is sharing with me in the DMs is just patently untrue.
yeah.
And I don't know why anybody's listening to Igloo who's a Canadian citizen,
Oh my God.
has no idea.
I don't even really know him. Like, I don't even really know him. So, like, I don't know I don't follow him. I don't watch his stuff. Like, I don't even know him. So,
Igloo's been sticking his nose in the middle of shit for like the last 6 fucking years. Like he just pops up and randomly shoves his nose in the middle of shit.
that's probably why I never followed
just
it.
ignore
I
it.
don't really, well, he
Just ignore
doesn't, so that's the only interaction that or anything that I know that he, like, is involved. I don't know anything about him other than that he supposedly got a unredacted document. I don't know, but that's just what I was told. I didn't see it. I don't know.
Well, you
Pandora
should
said
probably just stop repeating stuff that you're told by people out of the country.
I didn't though. Like I didn't though. Like I told Sam, but I didn't tell anyone.
I just
And
watched
only
a
told her.
video. I watched a couple of videos of you saying it.
Well, I
from
didn't
today.
say that part. I didn't say that part until
No,
right
you,
now.
you
with
but
Sam.
you.
I said
yes,
the
you
thing
did.
about that I can say that he said to who he said it to, and that they are the ones that told me that he said it, but I did not see it. He never said it to me. Like, and I've said that the whole time.
Right. So he told Lena.
He told Lena and
that
Chapo.
He told Lena and Chapo, Tracy, that he allegedly he told Lena and Chapo that he accidentally fell into the dark web and wound up accidentally downloading some CSA material. Right. Now neither one of those two went to the police. I just need to throw that out there. Allegedly he told them this. They both admitted that he told them this. And
Well, I
neither one of
can't
them
even
went to the
get
police.
past if it's coming from Lena or Chapo. I
Right.
can't even get past the fact that that's not even a lie.
So like
Yeah, that's what I said. And the only thing that made me like question it or like its validity is because that's when Lena trauma dumped to me about her own history with like her allegations, and she was like super freaked out. And that's the night that I stopped talking to her and I blocked her on everything, and then she tailspin, and I didn't
Okay,
even
too much information. All
but
right.
like anybody with like a single brain cell knows you don't accidentally fall into the dark web. Like
I mean,
there
I didn't
are
know.
very specific browsers you have to have to be able to access the dark web.
Yeah, I've never tried, and I don't I don't know anything about that. I mean, that's what my kids
Yeah,
going to school for, so
you
I
don't
guess I'll
fall.
know
You're
soon.
not falling into the
Well,
dark web on
here's
your
the
fucking
thing.
Google browser. That's
No
not
matter
how it
what,
works.
let's just say that that's true. I believe that whoever is investigating it in our law enforcement, they are so sophisticated with what they can tell by data and what they pull and how they do it, that let's just say, let's give the complete benefit of the doubt that someone did accidentally come across that and now it's, in their phone data or whatever. I believe that law enforcement can absolutely tell that that would be an accident. They weren't, you know what I mean? Like they were there, like cruising through a site, and that data shows that. Do you get what I'm
Right.
saying? So, like, I
For
wouldn't even
example-
be
for
concerned
example.
about
Oh,
that.
like you're
Right,
you're
for-
talking
for-
like he couldn't have accidentally fallen into that type of
Right,
content
but
if he was
for
looking at other
example,
things. Yeah.
right. For example, Josh Duggar, right? That was his claim that accidentally, was it Josh Duggar? It might have been the Stapleton, or whatever. That they accidentally saw it. They can tell. The forensic investigators can tell how many times you clicked on a picture, how long you clicked on the picture, how many times you went back to the picture. How did you actually download the picture? Did you request the picture? Did you send the picture anywhere? They can tell you everything that you did with that picture. It is
What you
very different
searched.
than accidentally seeing this picture and immediately Xing it out. It's very easy to
Right.
say, like, right, versus
So if
looking
that's
at
true,
plain
if
Jane.
They
that's
know the
true,
time
he has
you
nothing to worry
downloaded
about.
it, everything.
But yeah, let's just say that's true. Then he really should have nothing to worry about because they can tell that that's just an accident.
Yeah.
And I don't think Aldo's worried about it. I don't. Is it true that I think Paris asked? Is it true that his wife refused to bail him out? He's technically under a no bond. He has no bond right now. I know that in the system it shows $5,000, and that's the standard bond amount for what he has currently been charged with. But he has not faced formal indictment. His formal indictment will come probably on June. Will definitely come on June 2nd. But it'll probably come about an hour before he goes to. He's been ordered to the court. He's been ordered to face the court on June 2nd at 11 a.m. for his bond hearing. He'll get his formal indictment charges about an hour to 15 minutes before he is standing in front of the judge, and the judge is setting his bond. Nobody can bail him out right now. He cannot. She's not refusing. He just can't.
Right.
He's just on holdover until the arraignment.
Yeah, that's what happened with my ex. So that they do that sometimes, even just for the paperwork, just to have a number in place. I know they do.
It's actually pretty interesting that they're holding him over so long and that they push the arraignment so far out. I'm wondering they've got to still be looking into shit to be pushing it out that far.
Even at the very least, playing even all those devil's advocate, and I can't stand that man. If he has crazy, like possibly not, I don't want to say crazy, but if he has people who are going around saying things about him that they're not sure about, and they're those kinds of things, you don't think if those people are in random people's inboxes? Because I didn't know her, and she told me all this the first day I ever talked to her. Pandora, I'm saying So, like, I'm just saying, if they're going around saying stuff like that, then maybe that's what they're looking into it. Like, we don't even know. So, like, honestly, everyone needs to stop.
They're not looking into
No, but
it.
What are you
Carolina's
talking
not
about?
looking into it.
No, that's
Kansas
what
is
I'm
not
saying.
the
That's
only
what I'm
one that's
saying.
making
nobody's
videos on it,
investigating
Amanda.
that.
You're the only one I've seen make videos on it.
My point in what I just said though, Amanda, is that obviously they're still investigating and they're probably still looking through all of the data on his phones, and I know because he had like 8 different phones or some shit. He had a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Right. So they're probably still going through all of that, and that's why the arraignment is like pushed out so far. Because usually arraignment happens pretty quickly, and in this case they're not.
Well,
They're taking their time.
Within a certain amount of time, I think within 48 hours in the state of Georgia, you have to be given a bond hearing, right? And so what your bond hearing can be like, 2 felonies, we're going to lower it down. That's when we saw it go from 1,000 to 5,000. And then you saw the 3 felonies go from 2 felonies and 1 misdemeanor, right? And then the bond was set at $5,000 so you have to be given a bond. But there was also almost a precautionary, but you can't bond out because you have to face the judge. You'll be facing the judge for additional charges in, when you have your bond hearing. So he has to be given a bond hearing, but doesn't have to be technically given a bond. So it's either a number
Right.
that's just filled in there, or it's just a number that kind of coincides with this is what we would give somebody who was facing 2 felonies. The 2 felonies that he's been charged with, which were felony stalking, which actually was 3 felonies he was initially charged with, was 2 felony stalkings, 1 felony harassing phone calls, right? Which technically isn't even a felony, but I guess it could be, I guess how many times you do it. That still wouldn't be extraditable charges.
Right.
No, not on a
Georgia-
restraining order.
Right. Georgia would not go all the way to Kansas based on the timeline of when he was in Georgia custody, which would have been when Georgia put their handcuffs on him at the Kansas Lyons County Jail, right? Rice County Jail. That is when Georgia was in custody. To the time he checked in to the Gilmer, he was in process in the Gilmer County Jail.
Right.
He must have been flown back. That's a lot of money. That's a
Right.
lot of money. They're not going to do that on 2 felony stalking charges. They could have got that. They could have had him charged with that in Kansas, right? Easily.
Right.
But they chose to go and get him and bring him back. And they had probable cause to search his home, take his devices, his computers, his hard drives. They had enough probable cause. It was no problem. There was nothing. The only thing that gave these police probable cause was nothing more than what Aldo himself has gotten on this online and bragged about having.
Okay.
Mhm.
See, I don't
other-
know. I don't
the-
know. But
the
the reason,
other-
oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the other side of that too, right? Is like Georgia could have also, because Georgia, because of that restraining order, technically already had jurisdiction over him. So Georgia could have filed charges against him and literally made him show up in person for court hearings over the restraining. If it was just restraining order nonsense, they could have done that. Like,
Right, they could have just ordered him to court.
yeah, this isn't. No court is wasting this amount of money and time
No, there's
simply
something bigger
over a
going on.
restraining order.
Yeah, there's something
And-
bigger coming down the tube.
And
I
think
don't know.
that
I don't know. I do
hold
have
on.
to. Okay,
Hold on.
sorry.
And you can continue to say that you don't know. I know that's going to be.
No.
an
I
answer.
was saying I have to go in a minute, but
Oh, no, okay.
because
you're
I have
fine.
to call my son.
We're probably gonna keep talking about it because I
No, it's
do want Pandora to come up in here because
Yeah, that's fine.
I need to clarify some things with her, because I'm getting frustrated that any of the credit is going to be taken away from Becky. The only reason why Aldo is in jail right now is because of Becky. It has nothing to do with Eric. It has nothing to do with Pandora. It has nothing to do with anybody else but Becky and Aldo. The
Yeah, it
words
has
that
nothing
Aldo
to do with
said-
Igloo. Has nothing to do with CP right now. None of that is going on.
Well, I didn't say any of that except for to Sam. I just told what I was told and all that. And the reason I made the video, I told Sam this, is because when I got up today, there were so many videos that were like, oh, Amanda was right. And I was like, right about what? Because I didn't even
Who
see
made all
what
these videos? Who made all these videos? saying
Lady
they were right?
Lady J, and yeah. And I got a bunch of messages, and then I got a message that Sam had apparently posted videos, but I didn't even get a chance to look at hers before she messaged me. So, I only looked at one,
do
and
not
it didn't-
post. Okay, when I post a video about something that is a crime, right? That is going through the court system. I am not posting conjecture, right? I'm gonna post facts, right?
Right.
And it's not gonna be like, oh, investigations do take a long time. But to look at this, to know what his charges are, the state that he's in, where these charges were filed, the fact that they went and extradited him back to Georgia to the county where Becky lives, right? To do all of that and then say, oh, it was because for Pandora to say that it's because he's under investigation in Kansas, or he's under investigation in North Carolina. No, he's not. No, he's not.
Right.
I
This is
didn't,
all-
I didn't even know. Like, I don't remember her saying that to me, but I don't. Yeah, I haven't heard her say. I don't pay. Like, I have not paid attention.
And
to any
listen,
of
like,
that.
realistically, like, if you've ever dealt with police officers during an investigation, they're not gonna tell you all
No,
of these
that's-
like fine details. They're
Yeah,
not gonna
no,
be like,
that's
yeah,
been
he's
my
under
experience.
investigation for this and da, 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 and we're doing this and no, they're not telling you all that.
Yeah, that was my experience too. But I do have to call my son. I'll just remove my videos. I really only posted them so that I could just be like, don't attach my name to saying he did anything except for what I can tell you he said to me. And then the other stuff that he said it not to me, and I never saw it. Okay, so like I don't know.
Right.
But other than that, like, yeah, but I'll remove my I really, like I said from the beginning, from this morning, I don't even want to be in this. I've left my entire friend group for the most part. So like, I'm not trying to like do this either. Like, I don't.
No, I just don't want you to continue to look dumb.
Oh God, no, I'm not. I haven't looked him up. I haven't. I don't like.
She didn't say look him up. She said look dumb.
Look dumb.
Look dumb. Thank you.
I don't want you to continue to look dumb.
Well,
right?
I look dumb a
We're
lot.
gonna, we're gonna let Lady J continue to look dumb because you can't really stop her.
Can't
Well, I
steer
can't
that
control-
boat.
I can't control other
Yeah.
adults anyway. But I wouldn't
But
try.
I don't want you. Yeah, I don't want you to continue to look dumb. And it seems like everybody's kind of, except for Pandora, who's trying to take credit for what's going on with Aldo when she and Eric literally have nothing to do with it. Nothing that they've said, nothing that they've reported, nothing that they have done has done anything but had an investigator tell them we're investigating it, which is their job.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
this is
no
all-
fruitation. This
Cannot
is
do that.
This is all Becky, and the reason why they took all of his devices, and the reason why they seized everything and it's at the forensic lab in Georgia right now is because of the stupid shit that he says
Yeah.
about having all these devices, and he has hard drives, and he has all this information on
satellites
people.
and
Yeah,
Oh well, yeah. He says he has unknowns. I mean, like, it's not. He's not the most credible. None of them. Honestly, like, I don't want to talk about any of it. And I do, like, I was hesitant, to even come up
Yeah.
here. And I told Heather today, just today, and I told her to tell you because, like, I genuinely do think that you would do the right thing with whatever information and come to the right conclusion. So, like, you're smarter than me, and you're just more mature and just more, I don't know, experienced and stuff. So I just thought, she should tell you. But I'm gonna delete those videos. That was an embarrassing chapter of my life. I don't want anything to do with any of that. I just wanted to clear my own name from what I was being attached to because I didn't know what had been said, what had been posted, what he hadn't been charged with. And I just wanted to say, I personally did not hear that or see that. And I never have said I did. I have always said the story he gave me and then the story I was given by Lena and Chapo that he
Right.
gave to them were separate. And because I had asked at that point to not be involved in those conversations. And I wouldn't even talk to either one of them if my other friends who I could trust were not in the room. I just wouldn't. So
right. Do I think that the Georgia Bureau of Investigation is going to be looking at everything that he's done on his devices? Yeah, absolutely.
I
Do
mean,
think
as they
that-
should, but
do I think that they are aware that he has probably spread this rumor to people that he accessed the dark web and he accidentally downloaded? They're probably going to be looking for that information too now that they have his devices, right?
right.
They're going to be doing that. But
That's more what I was trying to say is that if people are going around and spreading TikTok rumors to the actual police who are investigating crimes, and maybe that's why it's taking so long is because they're looking for stuff, and it doesn't mean it's there. It just means they're looking for it because people are running their mouths.
No,
which
they have
honestly needs to
evidence.
stop.
Listen to me. They already have evidence of crimes being committed.
Right, but
They
it's like the
believe-
cyber stalking, right?
They
It's just that.
believe, right? They have evidence. That's why they were able to charge him and go.
Yeah, I'm
extradite
talking
him.
about the other stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm trying to explain to you. They have evidence of the crimes that he has been charged with. That is why he was charged with those crimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
The reason why they performed a search and seizure is because they believe that there are other crimes coming, that there are other crimes that he himself has admitted to, right, online.
Right,
And they
right.
believe the evidence of that are held within the
so still online crimes. Okay, right.
Becky. Against Becky. And I can promise you, Aldo was not the only person involved in the harassment, the stalking, the sending unwanted mail to her home. Aldo was not the only one,
Oh, I can believe it. I can believe it.
right? And so I believe that everybody that had some kind of funny relationship with Aldo, where he pretended to be Lieutenant Aldo Rain and he can get information on anybody, and people were sending him information, and he was sending private information about other people. And just because you can get it off an app, you can get it off a website, does not make it public information that you can be sharing around, because Aldo and his little cohorts are dumb enough to admit in text messages to each other what their intent is.
Oh, absolutely.
Intent is what they have to prove.
They
Right?
did it all the time, and that's the group chat that they removed me from. That one, when they did that, that was the one with Aldo, Pepper, Chapo, and Lena.
Oh,
And
Pandora's here.
Yeah, so
Pandora, we were just talking about
but
you.
it's 10 o'clock. I have to go. Let me know. I'll
Good
watch
night.
the rewatch. But I gotta
Thank
call
you for
my
joining
kid.
us.
You're welcome.
All right, Brittany, this is a good time to give you the recap. Pandora gets in my DMs today to tell me that Aldo is under investigation for crimes against a child. And Pandora, if you'd like to come up, you're more than welcome to come up. They're under investigation, and they've already forced him to give DNA. Which, side note, Aldo's been in prison, and since the 1980s, they've been required to submit DNA. He doesn't have to submit DNA now for anything. Pandora,
Yes, ma'am.
Genius. Just genius.
everything that you're saying is wrong
And a lie.
and a lie.
Okay. If you believe it to be a lie,
He's
that's
not
fine.
under invest. It is a lie.
Okay.
It is a lie. States are not working together to
Sam, I said what
to
I
get
said to you,
investigation on Aldo.
and I'm very incorrect. And I stated to you, if you go back in your messages, I did state to you, I'm sorry if I got that incorrect. I let you know what else he was being investigated for, so you would know. So you would be aware.
Wait a second. So you send a message,
How do you know that?
and then
Sam, I
it's as
told
simple
you
as
in that
saying-
message exactly how I knew that.
you send messages that people
You
are
said a
being
detective told
investigated
you?
and charged with
Yes, ma'am.
CP, and then turn around and just be like, "Oh, sorry if I got that wrong. Oh, sorry, my bad."
Sam, you're more than willing. If you'd like to call me off the app, I'll play it for you. I have it recorded.
Play what?
You recorded. You recorded an investigator.
I recorded my phone call with the police department. Yes, I did. When
Oh my
I was
God.
dealing with them with my case.
Oh my God.
You're a
You don't have a
genius.
case.
I did have a case.
You don't
Yes, I
have a
did.
case. If you had,
Then,
There's no
yes,
case.
you have a
ma'am.
case number.
I did then.
Did
I
you
did then have a
ask?
case.
Did you ask for permission before you recorded that call?
We have a First Amendment right. We can record any.
That's
officer.
not. That's not how that.
You can.
That First Amendment
You
has
can.
nothing to do with recording
Yes, it
phone
does.
calls,
We
especially
record anything.
especially when it
It's
comes
for
to
our
legal
protection.
departments.
It is for
Okay,
our
and
protection,
so
yes, we can.
this officer or
I don't.
detective gave you
literally don't understand
information
the First Amendment. But
about
anyways,
an
About somebody
investigation
else's
with
Guys-
someone
child.
else's minor child.
Yes, he did.
Wow.
He was letting us know the danger
Of
this
him.
man.
Oh,
And that
wow.
they were fully
While
aware
he was
of the danger of
while he
this
was
man.
not in, when he was not in custody.
Yes.
What?
Wow.
Yes. Guys, you don't
so
have
wait,
to believe
so they
me.
took his
It's okay.
DNA. Okay,
I
so
don't. I don't
when-
believe
And that's
that.
fine.
I don't
And that's
believe that
fine,
any
Sam.
right.
That's
I don't
fine.
believe that any investigator would tell you that
I
he is
do,
under
Sam. I
investigation
don't
for
think
crimes
she
against a
lied.
child.
I'm not lying, Sam, but that's okay.
Well, I do.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
so
I don't believe any
well, I
investigator.
want to know. I want to know. I believe her. I want to know. I want to know. I.
can we just play
this-
this recording on live?
No,
and
I
call
mean
it a
this
day?
bothers me
No,
so
we
bad.
cannot,
I believe
Pierce.
her. I want to know. I want to know. This is a big deal. I want to know. Can you play it?
No. Thank you. No,
Not
thank you.
Well,
for
privately?
TikTok.
Not for TikTok.
Hell no.
Well,
But
no,
Tracy,
I'm
if
talking
you'd
about
like to
like
call me.
privately. Privately.
Yes, Tracy, if you want to call me privately.
Okay. So what did he do? Like, what did? Okay, can you tell us what the officer said
Nope.
then?
I'm not going to go any further into that. If you'd like to call me privately, Tracy, I will more than glad. Brittany and Sam and Tracy, if you
What
guys
was- what
want,
was-
I mean, I've
what
not have no reason to lie to you, Sam. That's the reason why I came to you. I've always came to you.
So this whole big thing with Aldo going on right now and why he's in jail, it's all because some investigation with
I don't know all of
child?
why he's in jail. No, we're not talking about that. We've been advised not to talk about anything with that person, and that's fine. This has that state has something else to do with it. But I can listen.
What that's when you say that state, there's 50 of them. Which one are you talking about?
The two that are involved right now, Kansas and Georgia.
You can say a state. It's not illegal to say which state. Are you talking about Georgia,
I
North
did.
Carolina,
Kansas
Georgia,
and
Kansas?
Georgia. Kansas and Georgia.
Okay. Kansas and Georgia would not work together at the state level. They just wouldn't.
Okay.
You can
They would
laugh
have
at me all
no
you
Sam,
want
I'm
to,
not.
but
Where he's laughing because we know what we've been told, honey. I'm
Right,
not.
but
I have no
the
reason to
okay,
not.
so but hold on 1 second. The only extent that these states would like quote unquote work together is to get him from one state to the next. And like, for example, also because he lived in Kansas, they would need Kansas to like collect all of his phones and devices and blah, 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 and then hand them over. But that's like to the extent of what happens. And then Georgia takes over and Kansas says, we're done. That's the only extent of which
So is
those
the
states would work
FBI
together.
involved, or
I
like
have no clue.
Homeland Security, or
Never,
I mean,
ever included
it's
any federal
interstate,
in it.
so
if the
this is now
FBI was
like a federal
involved, then Gilmer,
situation.
I never said
right?
the
If the
FBI was
FBI were
involved.
involved,
Never said the FBI was involved. Sam, I
well,
said it.
okay. I'm
Felony.
answering a question. I'm answering Brittany's question.
Gotcha. Sorry.
no? Yeah, I was asking.
If the FBI were involved, then Gilmer County Sheriff's Department would not be. And that's for everybody in the chat, because I wouldn't say it to Brittany like that. But no, the FBI is not involved. Kansas and Georgia would not be. If Kansas has evidence or he's under investigation for crimes against a child, we're just going to talk common sense here, right? Not even legalities. I'm not asking anybody to understand the law, but I am asking people to try to use some common sense and some critical thought. If he was under investigation for crimes against a child in the state of Kansas, and he was also under investigation for stalking charges in the state of Georgia, do you think that Kansas would let Georgia take him to their state?
I have no clue what they would let happen, Sam.
No.
I'm just telling you what we were told.
But the
And I
answer
actually
the answer
came
to
to
that is actually
you
no.
privately
Kansas wouldn't
and
have.
said, "Hey,
Why?
Sam, did I come to you
But I, that,
privately?" Because your video was
I'm,
out, and I was actually what I said to you was trying to let you know everything.
well, I don't need to know everything. I don't care what somebody in Canada said. I don't
I didn't say
care
Canada.
what,
This is not
right,
Canada.
right. I
Sam,
don't
this is
care
not
what,
Canada.
what
But
he's
it's
That
also
case was
under.
Oklahoma. This is
I-
Kansas. It's a whole different thing. What you're talking about in Canada with what him and Igloo fought about was Oklahoma. This is a whole different
Okay,
state, a whole different
but
case.
Just for the record, I have read court documents about the situation in Oklahoma, in which I will not comment publicly on to a further extent than this. That baby and her sister were in a horrific situation. And Aldo, for all intents and purposes, did save that little girl's life. He picked her up and pulled her out of a horrific situation. And that's the only thing I'm going to say about that. I literally read the court documents, deep dived into that, and my comment only pertains to that very limited specific situation. Okay, that's it.
I'm just telling you guys the way the law works, like the way the legal system works. If he was under investigation for crimes against a child in the state of Kansas, and Georgia said, "Hey, can you hold him on a warrant? We're going to come get him for some felony stalking charges over here in Georgia." And Kansas is like, "Oh yeah, you can come get him. We'll take care of him later." No, Kansas is not going to let him go. Kansas would say to Georgia, "You cannot extradite him. He's under investigation for a different charge, and we will not let you extradite him."
No, and in fact, because the charge in Kansas would be worse, Kansas would take priority and they would
Correct.
tell Georgia that Georgia has to wait until they're done with him in Kansas and then they can have him. And
I don't know
by
who
done,
I
I mean
was.
like a full trial. Like
And
guilty
time
verdict or
served.
not.
And time served.
So that I think that's the difference here is he's charged on one, being investigated on the other. So Kansas would have to let him go if he was charged in Georgia and being investigated in Kansas. They have no legal hold yet on him.
No, but the investigation of that type of thing alone would be enough for a judge to say, no, we're not sending him to you. We need him here.
Kansas can say no for any reason.
They could say no just because they don't want to do it,
I
actually.
mean,
Right.
guys, I'm not arguing the legalities. I'm not a lawyer. I just went to Sam to let her know that there was more to his entire thing.
I think
You
what we're
don't
trying to
know
say, though,
that,
is like
though.
these
There's not.
things don't make sense, is what
Right,
we're
there's
trying to
not
say.
though. What it appears to be, Pandora, is that credit is. It looks like there appears to be credit being taken away from Becky,
Right.
who is solely responsible, 100% solely responsible for Aldo being in jail right now. It has
Definitely.
nothing to do with you and Eric. It has
Never said
nothing
it
to do with
did.
anybody in Kansas. It has nothing to do with Igloo. It is only Becky. Becky is the one responsible. Now, when they go through all his devices, because his devices are in the custody of the Georgia Bureau of Investigation Forensic Lab, that's where his devices are now. If they find other crimes that have been committed, he will be charged again with that. He will get his indictments on June 2nd, probably at 10 a.m. or between the time of 10 a.m. and 10:45, probably 15 minutes before he goes in front of the judge for his real bond hearing. Okay? And then more charges will come from that. Now, is he going to be charged with other stuff that he's done to Becky or to people in the state of Georgia? It may be. I believe that the state believes that there is much more than what they've just charged him with. What they charged him with was what they had evidence of. The probable cause was why they were able to take his devices back to Georgia and send him over to a lab and see what he got. And the only reason that they did that has nothing to do with what anybody alleged about him and had everything to do with the stupid shit that Aldo would brag about on this app. That's it. Now, when they go through his devices and they find messages between him and whoever, where there's where they're conspiring to stalk and harass Becky or another resident of Georgia, me, where they're sending her things, where there is an intent to harm her, terrify her, coerce her, control her, shut her up, where the intent is proven because these morons, I don't know if Eric used to be friends with Aldo. I have no idea. But if
No.
they're finding any of those things where there's intent between to do anything criminal to Becky, he will face charges, and additional charges will probably come for other people as well. Georgia has already
That would
determined.
be the case if Eric would have been friends with Aldo, but Eric has no intention or never had an intention to be friends with Aldo. There's not really anybody that was friends with Aldo really probably should mentally check themselves. That's just honest.
Aldo had
I
many
will
friends
say
that
that
he was conspiring with.
Aldo told, like, for example, like Aldo literally told me directly, absolutely told me directly that the reason that remember when he had that, like, he was gone for a while, like that absence for an extended period of time. He told me that he threw some shit was going down, and that's like as close as I can get to a quote. And he threw his phone in the river. And I'm like, what? That's so stupid.
I mean, water damage isn't really going to stop much if they really want. I mean, it'll
That
take some of it, but not all of it.
even if he threw that phone in the river, I'm sure he's done a bunch of fuck shit since then. So
Or he backed it up and relogged into his cloud or
probably,
some shit.
yeah.
The
But
amount
Sam,
of
That's what I was
answer
going
your-
to say. It's probably backed up to a fucking cloud
the
somewhere.
amount of back and forth that he's had just with Augie alone. And there's many people involved in this, and I think the state of Georgia understands that. There's Augie's involved, Craig's involved, Austin Foreman is involved, who else? Chapo, Lena. I could go on and on. People that were texting him and conspiring to find information out about people and just to intimidate them, just to make videos.
unknowns.
Yeah, his unknowns, his whatever the fuck you would call him. There's way more than just Aldo. Becky was just the one that
Got it
managed to
done.
say, yeah, got it done. She was like, he's now trying to fuck with my deceased veteran husband who unalived himself, and this shit ain't cool, and I'm tired of it, and I'm gonna scream about it until somebody listens to me. And so for anybody else out there to take credit for, to act like, oh, Amanda was right, or you know,
Yeah, this is
Wait,
going on,
wait a
or
second.
that's going on because you can't talk about Becky right now and you're upset with Becky right now. That's pretty shitty. That's pretty shitty because
What am
Becky
I
has
taking
advocated for
away?
herself. She has advocated for her husband, her children, and she has fought long and hard to get this man in jail. And here you're running behind the scenes whispering, oh, it's for this, it's for that. No,
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 It's not.
that's not what's
that's not
going
what I
on.
said.
But that's what it looks like.
We
That's what it
actually
looks like.
helped her.
It's fine. I mean, I'm not never did I take, because actually I was in a live where they actually asked the question. I think it was Angel's Live. And they asked, was it because of my case? And I said, no, it was not because of my case. I'm currently still fighting my case with him, that it was all because of Becky's case. I've never taken away from her credit for that. Never once will I.
She
She
gets
did
100% of it.
most
100% of it.
definitely. Yes, she does. I've never taken away from that. In fact, what I told her when he actually went to jail was, congratulations, you did it. So no, I'm not taking anything away from her, Tracy.
To be fair, Aldo did it.
Well, yes, Aldo did do it, but she was able to get it.
You know,
She was able to get
like there would be nothing to be reported if Aldo had
I mean, absolutely correct.
done
Tracy,
it
you are
and kept
correct.
doing it.
But no, I've given her all of her props. This is all her. Never would I take that from her.
Well,
I
I
stated
think
there
that we
was
should just
additional information as well. That's all I stated. Not taking that away from her. Never will I take that away from her. She did that all by herself.
It had nothing to do with the child.
Nope, never said that one had anything. Actually, it did have everything to do with what he was trying to do to her and her children. So yeah, it did have something to do with children. What Aldo was trying to do to her and her children.
All right, you're arguing semantics. You know what I meant when I said it has nothing to do with a child. I'm talking about essaying a child, a minor. Whoever told you.
I understand what you're saying.
Was it the investigator that told you he was required to give DNA?
Yes.
But without a charge?
I'm telling you what he said.
They have to. They have.
Lawyer
Okay, so
know-
let's say the. Okay,
lawyer
let's.
know that he was
let me-
currently being
let me
charged
play-
with what he was being charged with in North Carolina and in Georgia.
But let me play devil's advocate for a moment, because say that's true, say the investigator was like, yeah, he was required to give DNA. That means in order to give DNA, he either has to agree willingly, or they need a subpoena, like a warrant, to get his DNA, because he could say no, and then they have to get a warrant from a judge to do it. Like, they can't just be like, you have to give us DNA, and he's going to be like, yeah,
Or
okay.
you swab your mouth. Yeah, that's an illegal search and seizure if he doesn't
Yeah.
agree to it or they don't have a warrant for it.
But all
There-
that
there
kind
are
of
a lot
goes
of
right
things
out
that-
the window because he's been to prison for 19 years of his life and a 10
So they
times
have his
felon.
DNA.
They have his DNA. His DNA has been in the system
His
since
DNA is in
1980.
CODIS, bro. His DNA is in CODIS.
That's why it's just when you said like they required him to give DNA for what? Is he the father of a child? You know what I'm saying? Like they have his DNA. They've had it.
I can only tell you what the cop said, ma'am. That's all I can do.
Are you sure you were talking to a cop?
Right.
Was
Because I
this like
don't-
a desk cop or like an actual officer? 'Cause
As
those
long
are
as
two
it
different
wasn't
things.
Jennifer Hugh from the Florida Police Department.
Right.
Please, God, don't let it be Jennifer Hugh.
We've seen some shit from this app. I would not be shocked if someone just called you pretending to be an investigator or a cop or whatever. I'm not saying that's. I mean, it just wouldn't
I
shock
get
me.
what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying. But this was a return phone call, so I called the detective back at the Kansas, the Lyons Police Department, Kansas Lyons, Kansas.
Why
Police.
would they? Why would they? Was it your child?
No,
I'm curious as to why a Lions police officer would call you to share information with you about somebody else's child or an open investigation.
And actually, if you want to be super accurate, anything regarding a minor child cannot be shared with anybody outside of their parent.
okay.
You
well,
are not legally allowed to have information on a case regarding a minor child.
I'm
An
sure I'm not
investigation,
legally. That
anything.
would not be me that gave that information.
No,
That
I
would
know,
be
but what I'm
the
saying
lawyer.
is if that cop really told you that, he was way outside of what he was allowed to do.
I understand what he was way outside of what he was allowed to do. That was way outside of it. Yes, we were both a little astounded that he gave that information. But what he stated with it was, I'm telling you, he is a dangerous man, and you should be very cautious of this man.
I want to hear this. I gotta hear this phone call because now my curiosity has killed the cat.
And officer told you this after you reporting Aldo for being a dangerous man.
No,
I missed the. Okay, can you start over because Vinny called me from the living room.
start over. Start over. I guess we all didn't know this. At a certain point, I started the thing with the protection order. Had a protection order against Aldo.
Okay.
And was in contact with the detectives, as well as the detectives here in my state. Back and forth contact with the county that he lives in and the police department of his city he lives in. All constant contact. So these were officers that were constantly calling me, as well me calling them with everything that was being delivered to them, with evidence and everything, like everything I had to give them.
Could the reference to being investigated for child P whatever be in reference to the Tutu video? Like if someone reported that to the officer and the officer's like, well, we're investigating an incident. This
Oh yeah,
guy's
the
being
reports
investigated
to
for it.
CPS or whatever that were made
Yeah,
on
over
him.
the fucking tutu. Yeah.
There was no further details into that, other than this was in Lyons, Kansas, not Oklahoma.
I know that's where
Oh.
that's where he lives in Lyons, Kansas.
Correct.
Right.
An investigation for where he's at currently, not previously. So it didn't have anything to do with the tutu.
But that
He was living
wasn't
in
that.
Kansas when the accusations
Yeah.
were made.
And it was reported to Kansas, and that video had nothing to do with Oklahoma.
At all.
They're stating this is from where he's at now, not
Yeah.
anything previously that he did.
So
Or could
they're
have
stating
done.
that the alleged victim is also in Lyons, Kansas.
That's what the investigation is from.
So they could be referring to the Tutu video.
Right.
They could be referring to a lot of things.
Could be.
The investigation can be taking place in Lyons, but that doesn't mean like the alleged victim is necessarily
all
there.
we know is that this is currently the investigation from where he's at now. Not any other place in time, but where he's at now.
I assume you did not get the protection order against him.
I did. And then it was the temporary one was granted. Then the other one was granted. Then he appealed it. We went to appeals. He appealed it. And in the state of Kansas, on an appeal with a protection order, you have a trial de novo, meaning that you have to go back all the way through it again. And yeah, obviously, currently submitted the paperwork to appeal mine because it was overturned in his appeal. So I've submitted to overturn again in my appeal. But my appeal goes up to the appellate court, not a trial de novo.
So it was the protection order was overturned. So you currently do not have a protection order against him.
Currently, right, correct.
So if he's such a dangerous man, according to Lyons County, how did they overturn a protection order?
I don't know. The first judge was not very happy it was overturned.
And if he's such a dangerous man, why did they just allow Georgia to like run off with him?
Again, I can't answer that question, guys.
Because you're still innocent until proven guilty. You could be under investigation all they want.
In an ideal world, yes, but this isn't an ideal world, and they treat you as though you're guilty until proven innocent in this world.
Yeah, I mean that's the reality. They treat
Right.
you,
So I mean, we know
but
that just is strange to me. But
technically, they can't. Do
I've never heard of that where
uh-uh.
the state would be like, well, we have him under investigation for crimes against a child, but Georgia, you can come and get him for this felony harassment, felony stalking.
They can't hold you.
Right.
Feel free. So they're going to. So if they can charge you, then they're going to charge you. If Kansas can't charge him yet, Georgia can charge him. Then they're going to get him in the system. That's where they want him.
Would you like for me to explain to you how that would work? Would you like for me to explain to you how it would work?
And let him go home.
would you like for me to explain to you how that would work? How Kansas would keep him in the state of Kansas while an open investigation was going on? Would you
Listen,
like for me-
Sam, I appreciate what you're gonna explain there, and I will definitely be more than glad to listen. But in all honesty,
I got work in the morning.
he's got work in the morning, and you guys don't believe what I have to say anyway. So for what it's worth, I appreciate you. And I definitely appreciate you guys letting me be here and talk to you. You don't have to believe me. That's fine. I don't need you to believe me. That's the thing. So you guys have an amazing night. Thank you so much.
Good night. Okay, for the record, if Kansas wanted to hold him, they would just levy charges against him for something minor. Something minor.
Just, yeah, tiny. They wouldn't need a lot to be able to hold him. And
No.
actually, an investigation to that magnitude would be enough to keep him.
Right.
They wouldn't even need to levy a charge against him. An investigation of that magnitude, there's no way they would let him out of their sight.
They could charge him with stalking. They could have charged him with crimes against Pandora.
All they have to, they don't even have to, they could just literally detain him on suspicion of CP. They can detain him during an investigation. That's all the reason they need to hold him.
No, I don't think he's ever had charges in Kansas for anything serious.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
His original charges that landed him in prison were in Oklahoma.
And here's my thing. I'm not saying Pandora's lying.
Wait,
I mean, I kind of
wait,
feel
wait,
bad
wait,
that she
wait.
felt that way, but
Wait,
it just
I
doesn't make
don't.
sense.
No. The custody case was in Oklahoma. The Kansas Bureau of Investigation, that report was from his prison time in Kansas.
Oh,
And he
okay.
also had, I think, some, if I recall correctly, I think there was some like jail time when he was in Nevada, but I don't recall that. So that's not a
long-
fact.
That was a long time ago, though, right?
His prison, yeah. His criminal history was in Kansas. He went to prison in Kansas. His custody case was out of Oklahoma.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be a dick to Pandora. Just what she's saying. I'm sure she probably does have a recording with this guy, and we could probably listen to it and listen to everything he says. But I've got concerns. I have concerns over a police officer just giving out information about somebody else's minor child. What the hell? But also,
I have concerns about a police officer giving that kind of information to just a random person.
Yeah.
While
not
he
involved
was-
in the investigation, not the victims.
But
parents.
also, what would stop her from making a TikTok or messaging people on TikTok, that information getting back to Aldo and him popping smoke? I'm out. You know? Like the reasons why people aren't told that the reason why you don't know that there are indictments coming or that a warrant is out there for you usually is because they don't want you to run. They don't really like for you to run. Usually, like, I think more people are going to get knocks on the door and they don't even know that they're under investigation. And they're just going to get a knock on the door and be like, "Hey, come visit Georgia with us."
Right.
I feel like there's
there's
a potential for that.
yeah, I think there's something a lot bigger coming down the pipeline. I don't think it's what Pandora and Amanda and all them are trying to mislead it to. I think they're completely deflecting away from what Becky has going on, and it's so weird. It's so weird to just try and like write up and take claim for something. Like what Aldo has done is bad enough. What is coming for Aldo is bad enough.
Mm-hmm.
But to like go around in DMs saying all this crazy shit,
Like there's more to it than just
yeah,
that.
that's just shitty.
I read the court filings. I've read the motions. I can figure out what an attorney is attempting to do just by reading their motions. There's a lot more. They've already asked for an extension after they're served the evidence. They haven't even seen the evidence that they have against Aldo. They've not even been given the evidence, but they've already asked for an extension. You get 30 days in Georgia. An attorney has 30 days, or a defendant has 30 days to respond to evidence against him. They've already asked for a 10-day extension to go over the evidence.
Yeah.
Because they feel like it's going to be an overwhelming amount of evidence. And Aldo does not have a, this is not like a, I don't know, Brittany Cheyenne Dodge public defender. This, he's got two attorneys that I believe that these guys deal with higher level crimes.
So, like, the other thing, too, and I don't think people realize this, is like cops can say a lot of things that are inaccurate within the legal system. I've heard lawyers a million times say cops are fucking stupid when it comes to the actual court process and will say shit that's just completely inaccurate. And it's not all cops, obviously, but there are a lot of them that got big mouths and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
That's why a lot of cops won't tell you once it's in the hands of the court, they don't say nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I literally had an officer one time tell me, like, there's nothing I can say right now because, the DA's office has it. Okay, cool.
No,
Okay.
I don't think he's paying these attorneys. I just think that these are not second year out of law school public defenders that he's got. And he's got two. He's got two attorneys. And they're both signing off on motions. And that's not normal. That's not just because they're in a partnership, right? My attorney Nick has a business partner. His partner, I don't even remember that guy's name, but he's got two attorneys signing off on every motion.
That's weird. Both of them sign off on every motion.
Yes,
Not
both
just
of them
both.
signed.
That's weird as fuck.
Right. It's there's a lot of weird things going on.
Yeah, the
They've already
documents.
asked us.
I don't think I've
documents are
ever
different.
seen something like that where you have two attorneys signing off on everything.
They preemptively filed a motion to suppress evidence.
Oh my God. They don't even know what evidence they have. How are you going to suppress it if you don't know what they have?
I guess they're
Unless
assuming.
you know what they have because your client admitted some shit to you.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. It looks like
Wait, Dodge said he was going to try to bail him out this morning?
He should.
Oh God.
I want him to try.
Oh, how does that make East feel? Because East is like hardcore Team Becky. Whoa.
I don't know.
Risky.
I don't know. But Aldo's in jail because of Aldo's actions, but Becky pushing. Becky's the one that got it done. Nobody needs to take that away from her. And it looks like Becky's going to take down the whole house.
Yeah. And I mean, anything else that they find through their investigation, I mean, that's on Aldo. That's on Aldo and the stupid people and the stupid shit they were doing around him.
There will be some limitations to that, though, to some extent. Like, they're not going to go through and, I mean, like, if they find anything else outside of what it is they're investigating, it would have to be something pretty big for them to file separate charges.
Dodge wanted GOP to physically sign for Aldo. Wait a minute. How is a dude on bond going to sign for another dude?
GOP.
No. I don't think that's a lot. Well, okay, so you're talking about scope of of interest within a warrant, right? Okay, so their scope, so I want to see the warrants for the devices is what I'm interested in. I believe, and that's why I'm I don't think it has to do with anything of this random shit these people are saying. I think it has to do with all of the people that Aldo had involved in the harassment and stalking and intimidation. Aldo bragged many times about the unknowns. Many people got in Aldo's boxes and admitted to partnering up with doing these things.
I mean, he also said that he had access to Russian satellites.
Right.
Oh my God.
Right. A lot of these people.
If I would have heard him say that, I would have had to have laughed because stop it right now.
Right. So I'm interested in, and in one of the motions, it did mention conspiracy.
Hmm.
Let me go look at it and see, like, get the actual wording. Hold on. Y'all talk amongst
Yeah,
yourselves.
the warrant.
No,
the
he
wording.
wasn't on
the-
probation or parole. He was
No,
well beyond. It was, I think it was like 20 years ago was the last time he was in trouble or something like that.
the wording of the warrants is what would define like the scope of what they're looking for. Because cops find shit in investigations all the time that are technically illegal, but because that's not what they were looking for, they can't touch it. So it'd have to be within the scope or something extremely severe outside of the scope of the warrant at that point. I don't know what the warrants say, though. Were the aliens involved? Yes, absolutely. We have things being thrown into lakes and aliens and Russian satellites in the dark web. This frog is really pissing me off.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, what is that?
That's a frog. We have a really loud tree frog, which is what you hear. And then in the pond are a bunch of bullfrogs. And every one of them is loud as hell tonight. Nope, that's a tree frog. Does Georgia prisons have... Maybe GOP could like go visit Aldo.
Oh, that would be nice. Yeah, Aldo should send an engraving to replace Hellcat's tapestry.
I think he made one of... Oh my god.
It's the Bella call.
GOP signing for Aldo is pretty funny.
Is that what GOP does? Like every time something comes out about him, his phone breaks?
Phone broken today.
Convenient.
God damn it, Kelly. His phone is broken today due to the release of his. Hold on. There today.
What are we like? What happened with?
I
with
can't
Joby?
repeat. No, Kelly's coming. His phone is broken today due to the release of his cringy texts.
Oh my god, that was terrible.
And then Augie made a comment in Angel's Live. I think it was earlier, actually, where she said, oh my God. I don't know if I can repeat it. She said, I wouldn't. She said,
That
Stop
bad?
making that noise.
at first, I just the like the thought of the way that the sentence smells just fucking bothers me. Um, she said, I would first. She initially said, I would say he was small, just insecure a little bit, and then she tried. Sorry, I just. Oh my God. She tried to correct it too. I wouldn't say. She followed that comment up with, I wouldn't say. I'm like, oh, too late, girl. Too late. Oh my God.
Okay.
Ugh.
What'd you find out about the motions? Quick, hurry. I need.
I'm trying.
go-
I'm
go.
trying. Okay. All right. Can everybody see that? I'm trying to get it.
Yes.
Okay. Somebody, the defendant. Hold on. I'm trying to get it so I don't get in the way. The defendant demands to inspect and copy or photograph any written or recorded statement.
Statements
Thank you.
made
I can't. I
by
have to hold my phone at an angle so I
Okay.
can't read it.
recorded statements made by the defendant or copies thereof within the possession, custody, or control of the state or prosecution and that portion of any written record containing the substance or any relevant oral statement made by the defendant, either before or after the arrest, to any law enforcement officer or member of the prosecuting attorney's staff. The defendant
Now,
further demand.
this next I want everybody to pay attention to
Yeah,
the
this
next
next one.
sentence that Tracy is going to read. And this is where I advise that many of you should seek the advice of legal counsel.
The defendant further demands the statements of any conspirators that are
Conspirators.
I'm sorry, I can hardly read this last one. Okay. Conspirators that are attributable
Yep, attributable, yeah.
to the defendant and are arguably admissible against the defendant at trial pursuant. I can't read that. That's too small. I feel like an eye test, like the bottom gets smaller.
OCGA 17-16-4A1.
Which is a statute for
Yeah, it's
the dumb people in the back.
it's Georgia statute.
So,
So the defendant further demands the statements of any conspirators, oh my God, that are attributable to the defendant or arguably admissible against the defendant at trial. That's fucking, you're fucked.
That's rough.
Oh, people are definitely on their doors. Oh my God.
it's not good, guys. It's not good.
Wait, that statement's levied against him, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
it's saying
that would be people like Pandora. That would be people like if Augie had ever made a, like hypothetically, if she had ever made a report about him, it would be her.
no, that
Or
one was for
any,
conspirators. So people
yeah,
like Lena or
conspirators.
Chapo who have been involved in whatever he's done.
It would be like
Any
if I
statements
got
made
arrested.
by those people.
Right, if I get arrested, Brittany, right? And right, if I get arrested and they go through my phone and they're like, "You see all these text messages with Brittany Ann? You see all these text? We're gonna start investigating her." And Brittany goes, "No, no, 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 no. That wasn't me. That was all Sam's idea. Sam was in charge of all of that, and she told me blah 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 blah." Right? Aldo's attorneys are saying, "I want to know all of that information."
Yeah.
For the
Oh.
anybody who could be looked at as a co-conspirator.
So, what about? Ooh, I wonder what happens when it comes to
Craig.
because, well, yeah, Craig, but also like Nappy. Nappy used to
Yeah.
be an Inglorious, and now he's Becky's boyfriend. Morbid, yeah, he did defend Morbid.
I don't know. This might just be. I don't think Nappy is being charged with any crimes against Becky.
So basically what his
No.
what his attorneys are saying there is essentially we need to be made aware of any statements being made by his co-conspirators
Against
that
him.
are going to be admissible in court.
That also implies that there are co-conspirators that they know about.
Correct. They know there are people who conspired with him to do whatever it is.
And they already have
occurred.
those statements.
Correct.
At least one or two, yeah.
I did see a video from Ona the other day that was like, it was like, I know too much. I don't trust myself to not say something like AFF meets DEI. I can't stop laughing about it. The fucking, not the DEI hires.
So Laura, yeah, that statement written by his attorney implies that Aldo has already given them the names of people that were doing things with him.
Or they found the names searching his devices, possibly.
Nope. His attorneys have not even gotten discovery. They've received nothing. They know nothing.
But the implication could be based on any anybody they've like that the prosecutors have found in their
They would,
investigation.
but the attorney wouldn't know. The attorneys would only know this information if Aldo has given it to them, because the prosecution has given the attorneys nothing but the initial charges. They don't even have copies of the warrants.
Mm.
Aldo knows what's coming.
They don't have copies of the warrants? Oh, that's crazy.
They're demanding copies of the
that's-
warrants to make sure that they were exercised in accordance with the Constitution.
Oh God.
Like there were legal searches and seizures, so they're demanding copies of the warrants and like the affidavits to support the warrants and stuff like that. But the fact that they're already talking about conspirators can only
that's
imply
bad.
that Aldo was like, I wasn't doing this alone.
Right,
Or
this
he said
person helped
something
me,
like-
this person helped me.
Right. If I give up more names, well, it'd be a lean, like, let's talk about plea agreements already. You know what I mean? Like, there's all kinds of stuff that, and if you don't think Aldo's going to turn on you and provide, and he keeps, y'all love the fact that he kept all these devices, he kept all these hard drives, he kept everything on his computer.
Aldo's not going down by himself. I know that.
Mm-mm.
Discord servers.
Oh my God.
Discord servers. They're in the Discord servers, guys.
I love that. I love that.
Well, and that's
There
the
are some
other
people.
thing too. They can file a subpoena for all of his social media. They can file a subpoena with TikTok to pull every account he has ever had and pull everything with those.
What's so stupid though is that Aldo's probably saved all of it for them on his devices and drives and shit.
Probably.
And he's probably, every one of his accounts is probably unlocked on his phone. So the minute they
Yeah.
open his phone up, it's probably opened up to every app. So he doesn't have to log into anything.
Well, Aldo has also posted that he has downloaded his data from all of his banned accounts and his current accounts. So he has all of his data downloaded on his devices.
Oh my
How
God.
smart is that?
Georgia does not fuck around, guys. That is true. They do not fuck around. They don't fuck around when it comes to veterans, right? They do not at all. And we're in like a $14 billion surplus. Kemp ain't got nothing but time and opportunity to be like, I'll sign off on that. Go get him. Go get him. Go get him. If he's not running for re-election, he don't care. He's going to drain it dry. I'm going to miss him. He's such a good governor. So, I mean, I don't know. I'll know more on Tuesday. After his arraignment bond hearing. And I should have. I should know a lot more after his bond hearing. Right now, it's still considered he's still being held under a warrant, not officially charged. Nothing. It's hard to get access to anything. I do know that. But I just think it's funny that he's not even going to be given he won't even know about what he's being indicted for. Everything that he's being indicted for, he won't even know until he gets to his bond hearing.
You said that hearing's on the 2nd of June.
At 11 a.m.
Somebody gonna have to update me. I'm gonna be on a work trip that week. Somebody gonna have to text me.
Jessica asked, do you think he has asked the guards to call him lieutenant?
Oh my God.
Probably not. I bet he's buddying up to them, though. You know he is just like schmoozing them over.
Yeah, he knows. He knows.
Serena, big girl, in your big girl pants. I hope you didn't have extensive conversations with them. I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
Oh, was Serena friends with Aldo?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Ooh. I'm sure she wasn't like trained, like giving information back and forth with the intent.
I don't know. After some of the shit I heard about myself from her today, I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Was Katie drunk?
Dude, I don't
I,
know that.
I
I asked the same thing. I'm like, are they fucking drinking? Is that what's happening here? Because, but then she says she hasn't been to sleep not even for 5 minutes in 2 days, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what is wrong with you?
yeah, and going a million miles an hour.
Yeah, couldn't even finish the sentence.
Well, and
Mm-hmm.
the fact that she kept on interrupting, she talks over people way too much for me.
And just that, yeah,
Yeah, mhm.
yeah,
No,
oh yeah,
I think he's talking about Texas.
yeah.
Because remember that whole thing happened where like she was like, I'm in love with Tex. That whole situation.
What?
Ferris, you know you're not muted, right?
I mean, it could have been about Jess, and I just took it the wrong way. I didn't ask.
Ferris.
I got her. You're both mods.
Well, at least she
I
didn't like
wanna
take
know
a
who's who.
shit on live.
I didn't see that.
I didn't either, but I've heard about it.
Was she embarrassed? Guys, for everybody who doesn't know what's going on, apparently Lady J didn't realize her camera was on or something, and she literally dropped drawers and took a poop. Brittany, can you comment, please, in the chat?
Anyways,
All right, guys, just so I
clerical oversight.
yeah.
Anyways,
I got real
try to
mad.
gaslight. She tried to gaslight Laura about. She said, "Aren't you friends with Brittany?" And then immediately tried to say, "I didn't say that. I didn't say anything. Look at your comment, Laura. I didn't say anything about Brittany." Like, oh, girl, what?
Who said that?
What? Today in the live. Today in the fucking
Serena said that or Katie said
yes,
that?
Serena said that.
I didn't know that you and Laura were friends either. Or not
Do
that
you
didn't know.
have a fucking frog now too?
My frog is talking to Paris's frog. What's the problem?
I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh yeah, no way to trigger straight until you'll be all right. She accused Laura of being on some fucking mission by me because Laura told her you'll be all right, and then she lost her shit. I'm like, why fuck me, man? I haven't even done anything. Like, I don't even think about you. I forget you
also
exist,
seen-
bitch.
I also seen some stuff like that you were friends with, like, remember that weirdo Jen? She was like like she came on and she was like so strong and aggressive in her videos. What video? It was remember that I can't remember what
I
the
still
video
have the
was, but we
videos.
laughed about it for like 2 days.
Yeah, I still have the videos up on my main.
Not
I was
this
responding to her comments about like it was like Augie's resume or something.
Yes, that's what it was.
And she used a word that was like not a word, just making up words, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah,
And
I heard that
I
you're
don't
like,
think I've never had a private conversation with that girl ever.
oh, I heard
Oh,
she's like on a mission for you,
Who?
which I highly doubt.
What? I've never had a private conversation with that girl ever.
Who?
Yeah, I figured
The
as
one
much.
that Serena, I guess, went to
The fancy girl?
Jen girl or
No, not fancy.
she had
She went to court with somebody else?
no. Yeah, she has a restraining order against that girl.
I don't know who that is.
Yes, a super secret spy. There's so many people that have been accused of being spies for me. I'm like, oh,
How?
it's not
When
a paid
everything's
position.
public.
The only thing that I
Jenny.
Jenny, was I saying her name
Yeah.
wrong?
Yeah, Jen. I think
Oh,
yeah, not that Jen. Uh, not that Jen. Yeah, it was Jenny. She has the red hair, and she's a veteran. And she told me something about like, oh, she referenced like some 80, some veteran that was like in their late 80s as a reference. Told me to like, yeah, Jenny Schaefer. Yeah. I've never had a private conversation
Why
with
do I
her.
know that name?
Ever. Because that's the one that she got a restraining order against.
I don't think we ever really knew that, or was like
I always thought
when
it
all
was
that
just
was going down.
with that girl Fancy.
That was the second one. That was she
I think
Fancy
Fancy
filed
tried to get
on
one on her.
yeah, Fancy filed on Serena, but before that Serena had like filed on Jenny. And I don't think that at that point in time, like that was before some of the stuff that she had claimed against Jenny was actually Serena making troll accounts to troll herself,
Really?
which is somewhere posted. Yeah, it's posted on this page. I posted those receipts. Yeah.
Oh wow.
And she used
Crazy.
those accounts against Jenny in court.
What? How do you know
Yes.
this? Like, did she admit it?
Yes, I posted the screenshots.
Oh,
Yeah.
For sure wasn't
Serena's a
Fancy.
bona fide piece of shit. She's psychotic.
I mean, I believe it. I just didn't know like all the details of it because I don't care. I mean, she's annoying at most.
I don't pay much attention. And Katie, I let y'all. Katie has been 2025's biggest disappointment.
How embarrassing, man, for you to say I had to get off of
There's Becky.
the internet. I had to get off of the internet because I wasn't proud of who I was becoming, and then let Booze fully expose himself on your live. That's crazy.
After the last time we heard from you, you were crying about you not wanting your children to see something that would be embarrassing for you.
Wild. You let a man expose himself on your live.
I hope your children don't see that. She's on TikTok, you said. This was all crazy.
Good God.
Oof.
Take a fucking nap, man. Dude, the post nut regret is going to be wild. Like, girl.
The post what?
I'll explain it to you later.
Okay. I wish people would quit slanging their yangs on live streams. I just want you guys to keep in mind that. All right, whatever. I'm gonna say it. I don't want to say it. I'm gonna say it. There's a reason why people post pictures and not videos.
Well, I am still marked safe from seeing it. I don't know how. I'm never around. Never go looking.
I heard that there's a city in New Jersey that are really glad that they didn't take down the missing posters for a tooth.
Somebody lost their teeth again?
Just one. Just a tooth.
Jesus,
Tooth.
it's like the runaway tooth at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. Where did it go?
I don't care.
What I'd love when somebody loses their front tooth. This is my favorite thing in the world. If somebody loses that one of these two front teeth.
Whistle.
Yes, when they get really mad, they start to lisp. They have a really bad lisp, and then they whistle when they're mad.
Hard to
And
take them serious.
Yeah, and so here, you want to know what? And this is why I know it's so funny to me is because I wear aligners, so they have to like pull your teeth out to straighten them and they push them back in. And thank God they're in the point where they're pushing back in. But I have very gappy top teeth and bottom teeth for a while, and I would get mad at Vinny, and I would like raise my voice and I would start to whistle, and it would make him laugh, and I would get so mad. I get so mad. And he's like, "What are you trying to say?" I'm like, "Shh. Shut the."
Like the gopher from Winnie the Pooh.
Something like like that. It was annoying. So now I find it fun. Well,
Hey, sure.
yeah, I find it funny. If somebody's going to try to be intimidating without a front tooth, I'm like, you better tone it down. You'll be whistling while you work. Calm down. That's sad. Anyway, thoughts and prayers to everybody because he does not sound good. I hope Serena heals from whatever's ailing her. And that's really the only two people I paid attention to. And I only saw like 5 people live.
I could not care less if she does or if she doesn't.
I know. I
Pathetic.
don't think about them much. I have moved
I
on.
forget she
and
fucking exists until she's like, bring in. I'm like, goddamn, bitch. Like, can you get out of Paris's tree in Sam's pool and shut the fuck up for a minute?
I just got what that reference was about.
you
You like that full
amphibian
circle?
bitch.
You
All I
amphibious looking
know-
fuck.
Oh my god, those are so good. All I know is that the clip that I saw was Serena telling the live. I think there was like 5 people in it, but telling the 5 people in the live that of course Laura came in because Serena was talking about Brittany. That's what Serena said. So if I were Serena and I would see Laura come up in the comments, I'd be like, of course Laura's here. I was talking about Brittany and Brittany sent her. I'm like,
That's so weird.
I'm pretty sure that didn't happen. I'm pretty sure Laura's just being nosy as shit.
It literally did not. I had no clue. Guess it. I had no clue. Oh, that's Laura saying. I had no clue she was even talking. I don't even know what she said before that. I still have not seen the whole fucking thing. I've only seen clips. I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, I've seen like 3 clips, but that was one of them. And then, if you trust me, I'm not gonna watch anything else because I cannot handle KT constantly talking over. Honestly, Serena would be saying something. I'm like, oh, I want to listen to it. Nothing to do with anybody else, just whatever. I think she was talking about making eggs or some shit, and I was listening to it. And KT can't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
yep,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm like,
I
shut
like
up
that.
and shut the fuck up and let Serena finish the damn sentence. Jesus Christ. KT's like, I went to school for, I took classes in communication because of my job. Well, did you fail? You failed.
Well, could you take a class in listening, bitch? Damn.
Sure. Yeah. Right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah. What? I missed all. What? I had no idea.
Wow.
Ooh. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly. Yep.
That's good. That's good. I like that.
I was gonna say something, and then I just, you know what, how I feel, and then I just, and then because of that, I just, it's just, I just can't believe, how are some people?
Yeah.
Damn. Take a fucking nap. Take a nap. Take a fucking nap.
Wound up
She
tight.
made, after that, I went and saw one video, and she made a video today that said, did anybody ever just wake up and just feel messy? And I'm like, you woke up.
The video I saw.
You woke up 2 days ago. You woke up 2 days ago by
Right.
your own admission. So are you just now feeling messy? Are you peeking out? What's happening here, girl? This is weird.
My immediate thought after I saw that video of hers was like, oh, I didn't even know she was back on the app again. And she's like, I feel like being messy. I just feel like being messy. And I'm thinking, bitch, last time you tried to get messy, you left the app crying and didn't come back for months. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You cannot handle messy. KT won't be here long term. She'll deactivate again because she'll.
Asked her simply in Angel's Live, I asked her if there was anything that she wanted to ask me because she sure had a whole shitload to say in another live with Serena and was going off about shit she had no idea what she was talking about once again. And so I asked her, I presented the opportunity for her to ask me any questions. And then she fucking crumbled.
She did.
She
She fell apart.
crumbled and melted and fell to pieces.
And I
But
defended you, KT. I defended you. I was like, Brittany, go easy on her.
That was so easy. That was so easy.
That's what you told me,
was
but I was
not
like, go
even mean.
I was like, go easy. I was like, oh, she can't. And she's like, I was being. I was like, easier. It was, and then I was like, oh fuck it, she's off the app anyway.
I was not even mean. I was offering an opportunity for her to ask questions and for her to anything that she possibly misunderstood, anything I could help clarify for her, anything she wanted to ask me. And she fucking fell apart.
Can I ask a
Wouldn't
question?
it not be made to be a spectacle on this app? I'm like, what the fuck? Isn't that what you held the live for?
Yeah, she's just. I mean, she started crying because Craig was making fun of the way she looks.
Poor thing.
She'll be all right.
I mean, she cries a lot. Got a lot of healing to do.
Hmm.
That's what good friends do. Is art. That's okay. Okay. Look, this is probably a topic nobody wasn't, but is Dodge still crying about Hellcat? Anybody know?
I don't know.
I haven't seen
I
her
don't know.
today.
Okay, I was just wondering. It looks like Hellcat's moved on. I just, Dodge, he gets stuck on stuff. So. Oh, he is? Oh, God. Oh. Well.
Jessica sent me one of his videos this morning, and she's like, "Who is this? What is this AI song?" And I sent Jessica because I haven't blocked, right? So it just shows up like unavailable and it says the username. I said, Dodge's common sense is Dodge, Jessica. And she says, she messaged me back. She's like, I'm so sorry. I could not believe that I didn't get that. She's like, I didn't look through any of the other videos. It was just this AI shit is getting so weird or whatever. And I was like, yeah, that's Dodge.
Hey, apparently East and them last night. I was watching a replay. East and them last night. There was another crash out, and they were watching. They were from the May 12th when you went into the pool and got the frog, and they were watching you get a frog out of the pool. And then they were like really, really, East was very upset about the fried green tomato conversation. Very
What?
upset.
Why?
Yes. She's because how could anybody accidentally say beef stock instead of beefsteak tomatoes?
I said
Oh.
beef stock, I think.
And she's like, and she calls me the moral mafia. She was so upset by
Beef
it.
steak, beef stock, tomatoes, tomatoes. Calm down. Why were they upset about the frog? I saved a frog's life. Did that upset her too?
She's easily upsettable. So
I probably got gangrene
What a
going in
weird
the bottom
thing.
of that pool.
What a weird thing to be upset about.
And
Huh.
that little son bitch is back in the pool again. And I'm like, you hear him? I'm not coming to get him.
he's
He
like, help me,
doesn't
help
want to
me, help
live.
me. Shut
I'm
up,
like, no.
Serena.
Vinny was right. He wants to be in there.
He's like, don't touch the frog.
Made a video about it today. Oh my god.
Who did?
About the
East?
tomato?
He's made a video about my tomato, me getting the frog or the tomato.
Tomato.
Okay, thank God. Because I was like, I wonder how
Well,
terrible
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But they went on. Oh, about the tomatoes.
It's a beef stock.
You know, there probably is a beef stock tomato variety out there.
East, I planted.
Oh, and they were really upset that you, as a Southerner, did not properly educate Tracy on fried green tomatoes.
I'm from fucking Jersey. What do you mean I'm a Southerner? I was
As
born
much
in
time as you spent in the South,
I was
which
born
is
in Point
ironic.
Pleasant, New Jersey. I grew up in Tom's River. I'm from the Jersey Shore, dumb bitches. I am not a Southerner. I've just
Oh, no,
been down
wait.
here long enough for my accent to be influenced, but I'm not a Southerner. I
You know,
technically, I'm a Yankee.
you know what's crazy about that though is that
But
I think as I was watching this replay, I think sometime around when they were talking about this is when I sent you that TikTok and was like, "Hey, next time I come visit, can we go here to the fried green tomatoes restaurant?"
yeah, I was like, yeah, absolutely, we'll go. That place looks adorable. I did. I was at.
know.
I went and picked up lunch today, and I drove by like another cute little place, and I was like, oh, we'll have to go here too. That place looks like super cute and southern. I need to watch it. I've skipped the last several nights. Well, I saved a frog from the pool, and then I think he got back in, or it was a different frog, and then I had to sling him across the yard, but he survived because I went and checked on him. But if you guys ever throw a frog, first of all, they're very versatile little reptiles. But he was one of those little tiny frogs, not a tree frog though, but a little tiny frog. And when I threw him, all of his little limbs went up in the air, like all spread out. So if you could just imagine a little frog with all of his little limbs stretched out, just spinning through the air. And the minute that I saw him in the air, I was like, I feel terrible. Then he's like, you got to stop saving every single thing. I was like, I can't help it. He feels like that's going to be the theme for the summer, where I'm just saving random animals. We've already started with the bird. And we've done a turtle this year. We did a bird, a cardinal, and now a frog. Look at me go. Take 87 chances. I've never seen this account before in my life. Where'd Brittany go? Because I got to start saying goodnight to people. The frog's ready for bed. Where'd she go? I can't end the live and she's on tea time.
No, I'm here. It's just graduation season and whatnot, and then soon it'll be ship out dates and
No, the pool's not filled back up. We're still waiting on our new liner to be delivered, and then they will install it. And I am very, very irritated that this is happening over Memorial Weekend, but it's going to rain all weekend, so it doesn't matter. That frog, oh my god.
He's really loud.
I know, I'm going to tell Vinny that the frog is back in the pool. Hold on, I'll let y'all listen to that. See what he says. See if he's as concerned. I'll tell him I'm going to go save it. Like, babe, I got to go save the frog in the pool again. See what he says. Ooh, that was a big burp. Where'd he go? Babe, the frog went back in the pool. I gotta go get him. What? The frog went back in the pool. I gotta go get him. No, the frog is in the pool, not the dog. I told you I'm not a southerner, guys. I gotta go get the frog out of the pool.
Did she pee?
Nobody went off the porch.
Yeah, let's go. Come on. Supplies, come on.
The dogs are not listening to him.
Come on.
They're in trouble. Evie, go outside. Macy's still out there eating bugs. But she didn't leave the porch. Evie, come on.
Come on, Ed.
Go with him. All right, guys, I gotta go to bed. I'm tired.
Let's go. Come on. Come on, Evie. Come on.
Evie, go with your dad. Is anybody still there? Okay, I'm going to night. Okay, I'm going to go night nice. This filter is a little much. I can't see anybody though. All right, I'm going to go to bed. I hope everybody has a good night. East, if you crash out tonight, make it a good one.
apparently she's begging for a phone for GOP because he got his wet.
Well, he's always kind of having some phone issues. Doesn't he have insurance on his phone? Dodge, get
He's on
GOP a
bond.
phone.
He doesn't even have his freedom yet.
Oh, my bad. Okay. All right, I'm going to bed. Love you guys.
All right, good night.
Everybody have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, my bad. Okay. All right. I'm going to have a good night. Bye.
Bye.